All right, Black Power. It's the general, y'all. And I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Today is a very miraculous day for our people. It's another day, you know what I'm saying, for us to, progress in the way of liberation. The only way for us to go. You know what I'm saying? To all my family out there, you already know what it is. Seti.com, online marketplace. Go on in, check it out. I got a lot of fly products for the family over there. Got some for the kings, got some for the queens. You know what I'm saying? Building every day. Check me out. I guarantee you, when you go over there, you're gonna find something you love. Patreon. General Sarah Suten said he going over there dropping exclusive material over there that we can't say on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to say on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We go as far as we can with each platform. Each platform is very significant, and when we can't say what we need to say on one, we go to the other. And then when we can't say it on that, we blow all this shit up and keep it moving. To my family out there, Seti University, you know what it is, generalseti.com, Seti University. Everything that ever been put up by the general goes on that site. You know what I'm saying? Already close to 500 videos. And, every day, you know what I'm saying? I'm adding more and more. And it won't be long before that site will be at 1,000 videos with more coming and coming and coming, because this is the universe, an infinite universe. So we always got more wisdom. You can never know it all. You know what I'm saying? Today, very powerful video I want to do on the sacred crowns and divine hairstyles of ancient Africa. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, and thank all my family out there for your support. You understand? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? We in a hell of a predicament, and one of the major reasons why we is in this predicament, because motherfuckers don't know who they are. If they knew who they were and they knew who the fuck their enemy was, this shit more than half of this shit would be over with. You know what I'm saying? But and a lot of people, they choose. Some know and they choose to hide their face in the sand because they scared. You know what I'm saying? But half the battle is knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? I always told in the SETI self-help plan. SETI self-help plan. Who am I? It's my destiny. You understand what I'm saying? How will I get there? Who I'm gonna take and who the fuck I'm gonna leave behind when I get ready to go? And what should I have in my hands when I show up to where I'm going? Because it's gonna be a process where progression will take place through a systematic program. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing you got to understand, who am I? A lot of people don't know who they are. That's first and foremost, because you wouldn't be fumbling out here. If you knew who you were and you knew your divine responsibility to yourself, to your family, and to your nation, and to the universe. Everything in the universe has a pre-coded definition and responsibility in the universe. And people just don't understand that. That's how you know motherfuckers don't know, because they fumbling. Just like they fumble with this beast. Like one motherfucker, is different from motherfucker, as a species. You know what I'm saying? Every motherfucking thing within that species is pre-coded. You understand what I'm saying? To be what it is. You don't go inside the species of a lion and say, oh, this is a good kitty cat. Oh, this the bad kitty cat. You already know a lion gonna be a lion. So when you have niggas that go inside of the beast race and say, oh, this is you motherfucker, you don't know what the fuck you talking about at all. You understand what I'm saying? There's a pre-coded definition in which you use when you're dealing with motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And so in the same with our people, but through a systematic program to bring confusion amongst our people, spiritually, mentally, physically. You understand what I'm saying? This program been going on longer than, you know, the slavery in which we know of in America. We don't understand this goddamn slaveries of African people all over the planet happens simultaneous. You see what I'm saying? Simultaneous. So this is a global assault on our people. And so we've been told, you know, we've been taught to, look down on one another and shit. And that's a lot, you know, got to do with the hair. You know, that was one of the first things that they attacked. Even when you go into jobs, they're gonna attack the hair before they attack any motherfucking thing. Because they know it's something about your hair. They know it's something about your crown that's defining. And they ancestors told them, don't, you know, attack that. You know what I'm saying? It's something, if a motherfucker, they don't attack it for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? Motherfucker don't attack it. So, you know, that was one of the things, you nappy-headed nigga. You know what I'm saying? Made you hate yourself to where you wanted to look like them. So you fried your crown, and that's the original crown of our people, is our hair. You see what I'm saying? First and foremost, the natural hair that you was born with, that's it. Now, some of us, you know, got many, many different hairstyles, and that's okay. Because within that is power also, which we're going to deal with today. But once again, that's your crown. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like motherfuckers that took the crown and threw it on the ground. They don't, they deny, they vacated, the throne. When you take your crown, you vacate your throne. And not understanding, see, when you understand self, you understand the power in that, which we're going to deal with, deal with today. When you're dealing with that coil, when you're dealing with that spiral, you see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't understand. That's all the energy in the world. When you're dealing with energy and you look out in the universe, which we're going to deal, this is a warm up. When you look out into the universe, you see, we got a black, in the center of the universe, which they not really trying to teach, on any major level. I've been teaching that from, many, many years now, that the black hole, this is how we came into existence, through the black hole. But see, now they have to deny everything that they taught, because now they see that, the black is divinity. You see, they didn't taught all this wickedness against the color, and niggas don't even want to be black. You understand what I'm saying? Not black, many of we're not black, no, we are black. And see, that's what's wrong with nigga. Yeah, we have a nationality which is linked to the continental mass of Africa, but goddamn it, we from the cosmos. You understand what I'm saying? We not just, from a physical and earthly standpoint. Yes, we originate in the continent of Africa, but when you break down the elements of the African being, our elements is from the goddamn cosmos. You understand? So we one with the cosmos. So when you look at, all of the divine essence in the universe, nigga, you dealing with black, and motherfuckers want to run from that. You understand what I'm saying? Black is a mentality, black is an energy, and so you got motherfuckers today say, well, I'm African, I ain't black. Bitch, every African ain't black. And then when I talk about black, I mean that energy. You see what I'm saying? To get up and make it happen. All Africans ain't black, and all, people that claim to be black ain't African. So we have to be both in essence. You know what I'm saying? We have to be both in essence. We can't just be one or the other. We got to be black. We got black, and we got to be African. You understand what I'm saying? Some niggas black, but they ain't African. They claim to be some goddamn Dravidians and motherfucking Lumerians and all and more and shit. And this, that, and the third, but have no connection to Africa. Some of them don't even claim to be black. They don't even claim to be either. You see what I'm saying? And so, when we talk about the genetics and we talk about the coily hair and we talk about the spirally hair, we know that that's a gene from Africa. You can go anywhere else on the planet, they got straight hair. Okay, and I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you. I don't give a fuck how they teach it to you, nigga. When you talk about that spirally or coily hair, that's originally from Africa. Now it's been mixed breeds and shit that then came down and took, parts of our gene and shit, and you know what I'm saying? But we know what that is. We know that's some remix shit. When we talk about that original spiral and shit, because many of them motherfuckers then took DNA and spit in the face of African people and got the DNA from us. So fuck them. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no love for no fence riding ass, a mutt. You know what I'm saying? Who think they better than us and got, and stole some of our DNA because we didn't give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers stole it through, they wicked daddied and raped one of our peoples and shit, stole some genes and shit, and now they want to walk around with, a watered down version of who you are and think they greater than you. So we got to be hard to that. Ain't no soft talking, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to reclaim our crown. Let's deal with some things. Let me bring some things on up so I can get straight on to the point, to some major points today. You feel me? Get to some major points today that I know that is nothing but the facts. And motherfuckers can go run. I know I got all type of, beasts and, that be coming up. You know what I'm saying? And I love it when they come, because I know when you're crying, beast, it's because you're hurting. And when motherfuckers get to cry, I know you're hurting. You know what I'm saying? So what we dealing with, first and foremost, let's deal with this. The texture of the ancient, let me tell you, we'll bring this back up. We'll bring this back up a little later. Okay, texture of the ancient Egyptians here. Hold on, family. Let me get some water right quick before I get started off. All right, family, we back in the house. I had to get warmed up and shit and get all my weaponry in here so I can get started. Now, again, when we dealing with, in our ancient African ancestors, they already understood this. And, if you knew the so-called glyphs on the wall, you would see that, they understood the sacredness of their crime. Okay? They understood the sacredness of their crime. Now, we're going to deal with the crown chakra. We're going to deal with waves, energy, water. And you know what I'm saying? When we talk about, our crown, we understand the serpentine energy. You understand, when you're talking about waves and the brothers got waves, and you see what I'm saying? That's also serpentine in origin. Water and the serpent is synonymous. You see what I'm saying? Because the serpent also move in waves. When you watch it and you see it even drawn in ancient Egypt, they draw it. So when you look at energy, it is in a serpentine formula. You understand? It is written in the wavelength of the serpentine energy. So when you look at the crown, or what they call the Nemesis crown of ancient Egypt, which you see right here, King Tutankhamun, Tutankhamun, you see that the Nemesis crown is only the spread of the King Cobra. And I have to say King Cobra because people many times they don't stress that. Most of the time when our people when they venerate, a zoo type, you understand what I'm saying, is a royal zoo type. Hold on, let me zoom in. I didn't mean to zoom out. I'm zooming. Okay, let me zoom in one more time. Let me make sure we up and all the way up in there. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so we understand right there that our crown is serpentine in origin. You see what I'm saying? Because the snake or the serpent is also what? It coils. is known to coil. So that serpent or spiral, okay, and and so we understand when you look, as you look at the top, you see waves, and you're gonna see that we as brothers today, one of our major hairstyles is the waves, which ain't nothing but a brush down coil. You understand what I'm saying? That's all it is, a coil. And when you brush the coil down, it's still a coil. It becomes waves. That's all that it is. So we understand that energy is measured in waves. We understand also in the waves that we understand water, the energy of water. So we understand that the serpent, and that's why when in many instances when you deal with the serpent and the water, that's what Naga is. The Naga is serpentine. Is a water a serpent. You see what I'm saying? When you talk about even Yemiya, you understand what I'm saying? Which in many instances she's shown serpentine, but she's also connected with water. You see what I'm saying? So when you look right there, you see the winged serpent, but you also see what right there at the bottom, and even right here, which is the circle, and you see the bar right there, which they call the Shanu, which is eternity. So this is eternal energy. This is infinite energy. Energy never dies. You see what I'm saying? It only transforms. And so many times they use the serpent because the serpent, what? The serpent sheds its skin and come into a new life. So that's eternal. So you see right there off top, when we talk about waves, you see water, and we understand even from the dam, which I think I got in here, the water, which moves also in waves, sound, which is very powerful music. And when you're dealing with the water, that's why profoundly connected to water in all our religiosity and spiritual forms from the Nile Valley, because what? We came up on the holy Great Lakes of Central East Africa, today criminally renamed by Lake Victoria, which ain't no Lake Victoria in Africa, but for the sake of our family to find it on the map, we letting you know that it's the criminally renamed Lake Victoria, but we came up on the holy Great Lakes of Africa, and it's so many major rivers all over Africa, not just the Nile, the Niger, the Limpopo, the Orange River. Okay, you got many great, the Congo River. You know what I'm saying? So you got many great rivers, and majority of the great civilizations of Africa came up on rivers. You understand what I'm saying? And so again, that's why we so connected to water, and we not only connect but navigated the globe based off of navigation of the seas and the oceans, where they gonna show in their own way how man migrated out of Africa. They're gonna make it look like he walked up out of Africans. They ain't walked nowhere because they ain't never been walking. They was on the lakes and the rivers of Africa from day one. You see what I'm saying? And so this is another illusion where they make you feel like you walk. We ain't walk no goddamn way. Ain't no nigga walk to no goddamn Australia. And ain't no nigga walked all the way from out of for fucking what? What your fuck you gonna leave your home and just start walking for? These was colonists. These was explorers that were, that traveled along the water. From there, once they landed and they set up a colony, then they went inland from the point in which they landed on, from off of whatever particular waterway in which they docked at, whether it was the Persian Gulf, today what they call the Persian Gulf, which is was what they call Mesopotamia, to even what they call the Indus Valley, Indus River. You understand what I'm saying? All the way to Papua New Guinea, Tasmania, Australia, even over into the other islands, even further than that, in which they call east, all the way to east, until they hit what we call today South America from the western coast. See, a lot of times we look at the Olmecs coming in from the east coast of Mexico, that we assume no, African people had migrated and navigated the seas and the oceans from both sides of that continent. So not only did they land, on the east coast in what we call today Mexico, and further down on the east coast of South America, but they even came from the west coast, which we call, and that's where you got the megaliths that they like to try to attribute to the Inca, which we call what's that Machu Picchu and all, and the megalithic stones on that side of South America. So I've already seen it, and I know it's Ethiopian. I ain't got to even, we can get into that at a different time. So when you see here you see this is one of our beloved Twa, Ptah best, and you see at the top of the crown, you see what? The Kepara, which is rebirth. So we talking about today at the crown, you understand that's where you spiritually are reborn, and through the consciousness of the mind. You see it start in the mind, you know what I'm saying? But the mental is also connected to the universe. You understand, through your hair, which is an antenna. And so when you break down how the original antenna, it's a coil. It's a coil. You understand? Even to today, many of the big, large antennas are coiled in the inside. So you see the crown is very important, and it cannot be done without. You cannot even expand through the consciousness without your crown. Now, some people shave their hair off, and and that don't mean you're not connected. You know what I'm saying? There's many different hairstyles. Some people, I guess, when they cut their hair all the way off, they want pure energy. So a motherfucker want to bypass and go, but shit, the hair also acts as a filter of the energy. You don't want raw energy to come down, and if you do, what's gonna happen. That goddamn head gonna get hot. So the hair is also to cool that that heat from just going straight to your your skull and going straight to. But some people, that's the style that they like. And many times that they probably that's why they come up with that cap, which the Muslims stole from Ptah, the priest of Ptah, and call it a kufi. You know what I'm saying? And called it a kufi. But you can see, and so that's a way of, you hitting out there in that sun, because I don't give a fuck who you is, African or not. Your ass go out there in mid, day, and that sun is scorching, your ass gonna fuck around and fry your damn brain. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have some form of protection. So here, when you dealing with the Nubian crown, you see the two serpents, and the two serpents represent the two energy, the masculine and the feminine. And it's all in not just in that, is in energy. You're dealing with this, so you're dealing in energy. And see, what people don't understand, you're dealing in energy. So you pulling in, it represents the masculine energy of the universe and the feminine energy of the universe. And so it's an energy source. Okay, so when you looking at how you plug any electronic into a socket. So these two receptor, the pineal is split just like anything else. It is pulling in masculine and feminine energy, and then the intertwining of the energy. You understand what I'm saying? To where whatever process is needed, the body will apply that process. If it's the masculine, it's the feminine, and see both in what we talk about, the pineal, it's a receptor and a sender. You understand? It receives. You understand what I'm saying? And then it also sends. So that's called reverse energy. You see, in most, and a lot of people don't understand that most things if you tweak it, it can do both. It can send and receive. You see, and so, I was, and I hate to say this, but I don't hate to say shit. I'm gonna just say what it is. General Suten Seti was the first one to put the waves up there. I was the first one that put this up there. You know what I'm saying? To show the family that they had waves in ancient Egypt. Ain't no motherfucking doubt about it. You can see that. It's quite obvious, and you can see how he even come down into the nape of the, right there in the sideburn. You understand what I'm saying? You can see how it come down even into the sideburn. A lot of people say it might have been braids. It's not braids. Those are motherfucking waves. And I got pictures where you can see even in the back, how they coming down, all the way to the nape of the neck. You see what I'm saying? So energy and sound is measured in waves. And that's why we so profound in all, in any type of arts and science and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why we the most prolific, and they know that. You understand what I'm saying? And they know that. And so that's why they attack our crown in any which way that they can. You see what I'm saying? So again, you see, ain't nothing new up under the sun. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing new up under the sun. We are that which we are. I mean, we done figured out most of all the hairstyles that we wear today was our old hairstyle. We think we're doing something, but we only, what our ancestors have already done for thousands of years. So I mean, some brothers, they got waves in their damn hair automatically. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers ain't got to brush that hard. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers is in there. You know what I'm saying? So, black people been figured out that their hair could go into the hairstyle that which we call waves. You see what I'm saying? Figured that out. You know what I'm saying? And so we dealing with the coil, the spiral, which is also the precursor to spirit. When you talk about spiral, you're talking about spirit. You understand what I'm saying? So you understand that the spirit moves in a spiral, the spiral or serpentine energy of the universe, just like anything else. When you're dealing with the movement of the planets, when you're dealing with all forms of energy, whether it's hurricane, whether it's the tornado, whatever it is, even the goddamn what they call the vortex that be out in the oceans and shit. It moves in a spiral. So this is an antenna. You see what I'm saying? And you look here how our hair coil just like an antenna. So you don't understand. Just like you got certain insects and they got antenna. They might get two on their head and shit, and that's how they, that's how they hear and shit. And that's how they hear through sound and frequency. And a lot of people don't understand that. We also, if we, we tap in and, and we understand and begin to study who we are physically, spiritually, and mentally, we could tap into some of this. You see what I'm saying? One thing that I always bring up is like, one thing for sure is like when they had that tsunami, in East Asia. I don't know. It tore up the Philippines and many other of them coastal nations over there. And what they saw, the people were standing down, and they didn't take flight. They didn't take flight when they needed to take flight, but they didn't see the tsunami yet. But what they did see is many of the animals was already moving up into the highlands. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like, some Noah Ark shit where they seen animals and shit just, and so some people say, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Something going down. And so the animals and a lot of other, animal, creatures of the universe, they, have these energies. They have these, these powers to, tap into energies on the planet in the universe. And they understood that damn tsunami was on the way. And silly ass motherfucker, well, they didn't got no pioneer. They ain't got the whole setup. Everybody else got a piece or this or that. You ain't gonna motherfucking get nothing popping with no piece in there. You need the whole motherfucking setup, nigga. You got to have the speakers, the receiver, the motherfucking DVD, the CD player hooked up. You know, when you get a sound system, ain't shit popping if you ain't got all that shit. You know, some motherfuckers ain't got no speaker. Some motherfuckers ain't got no antenna. Some motherfuckers ain't got no receiver. Some motherfuckers ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? We got it all. So, you know, the only way they can stop us is make us hate ourselves to where we voluntarily destroy, you know, our ability to connect with the universe. And so, again, this is also an antenna. So when you see, you know, here you see, this is our crown. You understand? And, you know, it's connected to the sun. And as you see this spiral in this brother here, this is the same movement in which all things in creation, you understand, the black hole, which they say everything come out of the black hole. Everything come out of the black hole. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, this is the source of all things in the universe. Okay, and so here we see that, you know, the antenna, and just so the antenna that you see, the artificial antenna that you see today, whether it be up and down the highway, whether it be this would, you know, they learn how to replicate this through, you know, the looking at how, you know, the natural ability for us to transmit. So they know that it's a coil. You understand what I'm saying? They know that you know, everything that you see is artificial. You see what I'm saying? Artificial, and that we are the original. I don't want to say machine, you know, because you know what I'm saying. It's a natural machine that we possess to be able to transmit the carbon that's in us. You know, the melanin is nothing but an element of carbon, and when you look at carbon, is one of the most abundant of all elements in the universe. And we understand that what they call dark or matter, which they scared to say black matter, they'll say dark matter, but it's really black matter. You understand what I'm saying? That damn near 99% of the universe is made up of black matter, for starting from the black hole. So we are a part of that. So you can connect to that because you is that. The elements within us is one and the same with the same black carbon that's in the universe. You see what I'm saying? So as you see that, you know, our hair, our coil, you know, the natural coil or spiral of our hair is an antenna that connects us to the universe. So when you meditate and you pray, and I say pray too, because I mean, you know, but who you praying to? You know what I'm saying? What you put out there, you know, come back. I'm not saying no individual is out there sitting on no throne or nothing, but that we are connected. And so what you put out will come back to you. And that's what they call the law of karma. You see what I'm saying? And so you see here, you know, now this is the one I was talking about. You can see this brother got waved down. I mean, now they're going all different kind of ways. You see what I'm saying? They're going all kind of different ways. So if I take the one, you know, let me copy this. You see? Well, I can't do that. Let me see. I like that one right there. Let me copy that. You know what I'm saying? And paste it in there. You see? And what I'm gonna do, let me take this out of here. Let me take all this out of here. Because I already got it up there. Let me take this out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just bring this down. You know what I'm saying? To show, you know, let me copy that. And put it on there. Can't no white man do nothing like this. We ain't, the motherfuckers act like we lying. We ain't lying. Now, you see, my ways here ain't necessarily straight. You know what I'm saying? They going, you know, and you can straighten them up. You know, brothers like to have them straight, but at this point in time, you know, mine was a little crooked. And so you can see how they're going all different kind of ways, just like they're going all different kind of ways in this brother's hair. Ain't no white man nowhere on the goddamn planet got no hair like that, man. The only people that got hair like this is black people, and that's real motherfucking talk. You know what I'm saying? We gotta quit playing this game that we need to prove to anybody that Egypt was black. Them motherfuckers know and we know. So that's some shit we should get past at this time. So this most definitely was one where it was all over the place. And see, some people would, they want to say, oh, this is brave. But then when you see this motherfucker, them ain't no goddamn braids, nigga. Them is waves. You understand what I'm saying? Now here, you can see in there that, they put the circle in there, to represent the spiral, the coil. So they was clear that their hair was coily. And so when you brush the coil down or the spiral down, it automatically become waves, which is still a coil. You see what I'm saying? And so when you talk about centrifugal force, everything in the universe, if it got power, it moves in the spiral. That's just facts. You understand what I'm saying? It moves and you wouldn't have no electricity if it wasn't for them waves crashing down on that dam. And even within that dam, they got them goddamn turbines spinning. You see what I'm saying? They got them goddamn turbines spinning in centrifugal force. You see what I'm saying? So that's the energy of the universe. You see what I'm saying? And so it's almost like, again, harnessing the power of the tornado, where the tornado is raw energy, tearing up shit. You know what I'm saying? From a spiritual and intellectual standpoint, we could do the same thing if we tap in, but harness it and not necessarily be destructive, but most definitely be profound in any goddamn thing that we do. And so we done already dealt with sound waves. You see what I'm saying? You see how it moves. You see how it moves in waves. That's significant. Water moves in waves. You understand what I'm saying? And because, again, that's why we were so heavily connected to the serpent, which represents infinity, represent eternity. You see what I'm saying? Because, again, the serpent representing water and also representing the symbol for energy. You see what I'm saying? So we understand who we are as a people. And so we see here the sound wave, and here is the black hole. You see, moving in the spiral. This is how existence came to be. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about water also, when you talk about water, you talk about creation. We already know that. And that's feminine and energy. When you talk about the water, you're talking about birth. You're talking about when that water, you say when the woman's water break, you know what I'm saying? The water broke. And so, when you're dealing with water and waves, you're dealing with the feminine energy. You see what I'm saying? And so here again, this is the center of the universe where all things came to be. And that's the womb of Nu. You understand what I'm saying? When you look and you see that Ra was born through the womb of Nu. And so the womb of Nu, the African goddess of the cosmos, is the black hole. You understand what I'm saying? So the universe was brought into existence based on centrifugal force, which is the spiral, which is the coil. That's facts. You understand what I'm saying? That we can easily connect to and see that we got the whole package. You understand what I'm saying? You got Dravidians over there. Yeah, they got a little melanin, but they got straight hair. You understand what I'm saying? Them peoples is not us, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Them people got goddamn Wolfman disease and all type of sick diseases that African people don't get. So we don't claim, and then they don't move on our energy nowhere. I don't know why people would be confused. Every time I done came in contact with motherfucker didn't like the African energy. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers moved on and they act just like any old, other goddamn Caucasoid. You know what I'm saying? They don't act no different. You know, and matter of fact, them motherfuckers over there, you know what I'm saying? They got what you call the caste system. You know what I'm saying? And really, you know, it's the woolly head Africans, it's the real outcasts. You see what I'm saying? That's, you know, they done committed genocide on the woolly head African to eradicate the true inheritors of the civilizations that's over there. Them motherfuckers didn't have nothing to do with none of that. You can break down all them goddamn civilizations over there in Asia, and you can see that the raw elements of every last one of them motherfuckers come up out of Africa, period. So I don't even want to, you know, I ain't got to argue with none of them motherfuckers because I know. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you look here, you see the spiral, the centrifugal force, the coil of the tornado, and you see, you know, when that motherfucker, you can see that lightning come down. That's energy. You see what I'm saying? When that motherfucker get to spinning energy, shit get to moving up out the way. And mentally and spiritually, you having, you know, you in control. You can harness that same type of energy. And when you do, you know, the outcome is the pyramids and, you know, all the great, you know, monuments that you done seen in Africa. It come out of it. Now this is the hurricane. I'm showing you, man, that's facts and shit. And you go right back. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and take this brother right here. You understand? Copy him. And so when you looking at that, you know, this is the energy. You know, you can use the coil too. I want to, you know, I don't want people to just think it's about wave because we starting with wave. You know what I'm saying? We're going to move down into the other hairstyles too. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, there's no goddamn doubt about that. I did, you know, specify the coil. You understand what I'm saying? Which we done shown here to show that even the brother right here rocking the afro. You know what I'm saying? That's the coil. So you see here the hurricane. You know what I'm saying? Moving in the spiral, moving in the coil. You understand what I'm saying? That's us. You see what I'm saying? That's us. That's that energy. And then you see that's water also. You understand what I'm saying? And you will see that serpent. You will see that serpent coil up just like that. So this is centrifugal force. Now, how ironic is when you look at this, you understand, you look, this is the symbol for Ra. You understand what I'm saying? You will see in the Medu Netta, you will see the circle with the black dot in the middle. You understand what I'm saying? Which is the symbol for Ra. How coincidental is that? So even when you talk about the compass and you put that point down and then you got the other end with the pencil in it and you spin it around, you understand what I'm saying? That is the symbol for Ra. So damn near every scientific principle, you know, is based off of the symbol of Ra. Every scientific principle is based off whether if you're looking at the atom, whether you're looking at you know, I know the atom, the diagram for the universe. You know, understand? All those are nothing but replicas from the symbol of Ra that come up off of the walls of ancient Egypt. And so, okay, let me move out of this. So you see here the dam. You understand, which bring energy. That's water. That's the waves. You see that shit coming down in waves, rushing. The rushing water. You understand what? Nah, we getting here. We dealing with the afro, which is another one of the most powerful and probably the most natural of all the hairstyles. Because if you just let your shit grow, it's gonna automatically grow into an afro. I don't give a fuck where you at. You know what I'm saying? That's the all-time classic of classics is the afro. And so, you know, a lot of people, you know, wondering, you know, is the Egyptians black and shit? And so these wigs is, you know, were made, and this is in the Museum of Cairo. And you see right there, you see that's straight wool. You know, they use their own hair. You see that straight wool, and that's a wig. You understand? So they did wear wigs in ancient Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? They did wear weave in ancient Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? This is old. You understand most of what you're seeing the sisters doing today, they already been doing it. You understand? How do you learn to do? You see your mama do it, or you see your grandmama do it, who saw her mama and her grandmama do it, who saw her grandmama and mama do it. And so these traditions been handed down for thousands of years. We've been knew how, the design, even what they call the mohawk and shit. They talking about the Indian motherfucker. The Indian learned it from us. That ain't his natural hairstyle. He learned it from us. Even the, shaping their head elong. You see some Indians try to, had the elongated head like I think it's the Himba tribes over there. But it's a lot of African tribes that straighten their head. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no particular tribe that does that. You understand what I'm saying? You got some on the west coast of Africa that do the same thing. So you see right here in the cabinet, you see the woolly hair to let them know that these were no straight-haired people. That ends the conversation. You know what I'm saying? That ends the conversation. You see right here, another wig from ancient Africa, and you see right there, that's woolly. That's woolly, no doubt about it. And you see it's in coils. You see what I'm saying? And now, these are some brothers that's up out of the 13th dynasty, Amenemhat. And you can see them brothers don't look like they playing at all. You know what I'm saying? You can see the dreadlocks from the front. Ain't no cracker got no hair like that. You can see in the back. Now, I studied the internet for so long, and I was studying some traditional African cultures. And man, I happened to see and automatically, by me studying probably millions of pictures, you know what I'm saying? Millions, to where I could see damn near anything in any culture and identify a replica somewhere in Africa of where that shit originated from. So you see right here, in the middle, they got a longer braid than the rest of them, a longer lock than the rest of them. So when I was looking, I seen this traditional African hairstyle, and I seen the one braid coming down the middle. I automatically knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? So there's no other people on the planet that can, when you look at, because what is, what was, will be. There's nothing new under the sun. What was, what is, what will be. You understand? We can show without no hesitation all of today's replicas of those same hairstyles of ancient African and modern Africans today. You see what I'm saying? And so even in the war crown, this is Ramesses II. You can see right here that the crown is actually a replica of the ceremonial crown. That's the one that is like the hat that or the crown that you put on your head with the jewels in it and shit. That's the ceremony. The original crown is at the actual hair. So you see that, the crown, the war crown is an actual hairstyle. You understand what I'm saying? And then they made the ceremony, because if you got a hairstyle, a particular hairstyle, the crown got to fit over the goddamn hairstyle. If you got a motherfucking waves, you're going to wear a goddamn do-rag. If you got goddamn locks, you're going to have the bag where you can put your locks in. Or you understand what I'm saying? You're going to have something in people that got afros. I see if you look back in the 60s and 70s, they had hats that would fit over their afro, had a lot of room in it. You know what I'm saying? To put your afro in. So majority of the time, the hat that you wear is going it's going to be connected to the hairstyle that you wear. You're not goddamn crown that's different from your damn hairstyle. So you can see that they knew that, that they had spiral or coily hair, which you can see. Now, this is a brother of Watusi. And so that's where you see where the hairstyle came from. There's no damn doubt about it. Every hairstyle that we, that we see, or crown that we see, we can automatically go back into one of the African societies and show immediately a hairstyle of where that came from. Now, here you looking at one of the crowns of ancient Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? And you can see this sister is from West Africa. or she may, you know what? I can't say she from West Africa. She very well could be from Southern Africa too. But you see, the crown that she's wearing is very similar to the crowns in ancient Egypt. There's no goddamn doubt about it. And if you look at it, we don't need to talk about it for long. All you can say is how great our people is, not was, is what is, what will be. Once we come back into ourselves and understand who we are, and then understand that beast and what he is, and negate his ass from this planet, then we'll go back to being what we supposed to be. Many niggas think that they can hum and chant and do yoga and still lead the beast in power, and somehow they fulfilling they divine responsibility on the earth by stretching and burning incenses and shit and but yet it's still the beast still in power, bringing havoc on the planet. We got to do better than that, family. We got to know, once we know who we are, we supposed to be in control. So automatically, once we understand we supposed to be in control, we got to do what we got to do to get back in power. And so here again, you looking at, the hairstyle. You can see that this crown, now this is Nefertiti. They don't never want to show this image of Nefertiti at all. And you can see the way her head is shaped. You understand what I'm saying? You can see the sister to the left, that's the hairstyle. You understand, that fit up under that crown. That's exactly what it is. You can see how it's slanted and going to the back. It ain't just sitting on top of Nefertiti. You can see it's slanted and going on a diagonal type of direction. Kind of slanted to a certain level, just like the hairstyle of his sister right here. You see, again, and you can see here. You understand? They ain't just sitting on top of her head like that. You can see. You see, it's going in a slant, but it's it's diagonal, but it's going in a slant. You see what I'm saying? And so we understand. Now, I so love when these bees go and stand their silly ass up there. This is just classic shit right here. You know what I'm saying? And you can see right here, these is the immortals, what they call Persia, which is today ancient Iran. And it ain't no Iran, it ain't no ancient Iran, but for the sake of, for you to know where it's at on the map, you can see that these got coily, spirally, woolly hair. Them is afros coming from up under there. And you can see they woolly all up in their beard. So they got the same hair on their beard as they got in their hair. And you can go right over here to this straight haired Caucasoid beast and understand he ain't got, and he's standing here as if he actually got something to do with these two brothers over here, which is obviously nothing but Kushites. You see what I'm saying? Nothing but Kushite. And so you come down here and you can see right here, you see this Caucasoid straight hair. And it says, she pointing up there, she say, look at the woolly hair. It's clear that the ancient Babylonians were black. And then down here it says, I wonder why my lying ass daddy told me they were white. You understand what I'm saying? She know goddamn well that ain't her ancestor up there. You understand what I'm saying? They can lie all they want, but the lie is over with. You see what I'm saying? That's us. When you talk about woolly hair and that spiral coily hair, we the only people on. And if you see somebody and they got a loose curl, you understand very well they probably is, and African people may have a looser, but it ain't so loose. It's still thick. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell a motherfucker that got mixed breed hair, they might still got a coil. You understand what I'm saying? That's how they come in. But you can still tell that you got to go to the pure African where that shit so tight on the goddamn head that that they the one on the planet that could produce that tight shit. You understand what I'm saying? And if that ain't enough, then you got to put the both combinations, that the tight coil with that chocolate dark melanin. Ain't no motherfucker planet gonna produce the two. Now you produced it too. You sure enough got some two, a combination that cannot be duplicated nowhere on the motherfucking planet. I don't give a fuck about your genetics, your science, what the fuck they taught you in the universe. The only people that can put that combination together with tight woolly hair and the blackest black skin, you understand, brown skin too, goddamn with the tight is the African. That is an African gene. You saying? And so don't sit up here and tell me about no motherfucker, oh, this a car, bitch, please, leave me alone with that shit. So you seeing right here, you looking at a T, and you can see she got, that's a style where they got that braid that comes, the longer braid in the back, right in the back, you know what I'm saying? And it's a symbolisms behind that. And you can see that this is, this is a wig. That is weave is a wig. That's a wig she got on her head. So our sister's been rocking weaves and wigs for a very long time. Right here, you see the sister right here, and this is Queen T again. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have the ability to move my slides right now. You understand? Because this website that I'm going through, they don't allow me to, bring up my slides where I can do it like I want to do it. So you can see right there that the afro is also, symbolic of the tree. You see what I'm saying? And you got to see how the tree, and the tree represents wisdom. You see what I'm saying? That afro is nothing but, somebody, and when you see, and the tree is, when you talk about even from the Garden of Eden, or when you look up on the wall, the tree is sacred. You know what I'm saying? It's in many deities was said to have been trees. It had been one with trees, and that's why almost all deities have a sacred tree. So when you look at the fro and you look at many, it looked like a tree. You see, the hair of the African is like a tree receiving nutrients, divine frequencies, messages, and solar healing properties from the sun and the universe. So if you ever been out and you see, especially if the wind is blowing real hard, you'll see them tree and the leaves and the branches be moving, and it's speaking. You know what I'm saying? It's speaking. A sacred language that can only be heard by those who are connected to that frequency. You see what I'm saying? Even in ancient Egypt, you could see Shishak. If you go to the Ramesseum, you will see Ramesses on one side of the sacred tree, and then you will see Shishak, and you can see that she's writing his name into the cartouche. And the cartouches are hanging from the tree like fruit, but it's the tree of everlasting life. So she's writing his name in the tree of everlasting life. So you got to understand that we are nothing but trees in many instances, that we ancient. Some of them trees been there thousands and thousands of years. So in that, that they're ancient and they possess an ancient wisdom that not many things on the planet possess that type of wisdom. You see what I'm saying? And so you see right here again that the legacy goes on and on and on. Our hair is all powerful, and we don't have to change nothing because we doing everything that the ancestors it been doing. Mostly all the hairstyle. The only thing that I speak, is that we should control. If our hair is sacred, we should control everything that go on it. We should not be trying to cut our shit off and put no other motherfucker hair on our head. I must say that. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been taught wrong. A lot of our people and a lot of them don't know better. A lot of our people have not had access to the truth. What been taught to them by white people have been the truth to a lot of our people. They've been so disconnected from Africa, and nobody's ever shown them, any information. And we think that somehow, it should be a basic understanding. But sometimes, when you think of what our people been through, it's a brutal system. And so you would think, because some of us still got a gene of consciousness that connected us and woke us up. Everybody don't wake up and some people don't wake up. So, they don't necessarily, have access to, that ancient wisdom where they know who they are. And so, they think that, trying to look like the beast and shit, bleaching their skin and shit. And many of them, damaging the layers of their skin to where that shit don't even grow back. It don't come back like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You destroying your flesh. You destroying everything that's divine about you, trying to be the beast. He's the curse. He's the cursed one. He's the one that lacking all the connections to the universe. And so we rape ourselves. We are committing suicide when we do that. You understand what I'm saying? We're committing spiritual, mental, and physical suicide when we do that. And so you can see here again, that what we call the weave and the wigs, and this is ancient. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Control, that's a market. You know what I'm saying? And our family should control that market. We should not be going to no goddamn Koreans or none of that. And they over there trying to assassinate us with the coronavirus and shit. We should, control all aspects of, our hygiene, and, we want to look good because we look good. Shit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no black people not to want to look good and smell, because this is in our DNA. You understand? Motherfuckers can say what they want to say. That's in our DNA to look good and smell good. And you can go back to the walls and see how people make it perfumes and colognes and oils, and we were known all over the ancient world for our linens and shit. So that's just our jewelry and shit. We're not going back to, because we never was anything other but, extraordinary in that. So, again, so when you see in these fake ass religions, you understand what I'm saying? They buy, it's a subliminal thing. When you see this motherfucker, he's in the Catholic Church. You understand what I'm saying? They put their hand when they so-called bless you, but they cursing your ass. That's the reverse understanding. You got to know everything is in reverse when you're dealing with this beast. So this nigga don't know no better. He go place his hands where? On the top of your crown to block your connection to the mother cosmos. You understand? When he do that, he's saying, bless this brother. But in reality, in his mind, subliminally, is saying, keep him trapped in the ceremonies of the Catholic Church. Keep him trapped in the rituals of the Catholic Church. Keep him trapped in the Bible. You understand? And make him believe that if he ever comes out of it, his soul will burn in eternal damnation. Make him a believer. Disconnecting from the universe. You understand what I'm saying? You weren't born with no goddamn religion. You was born spiritually connected to the cosmos from the day you was born. You was not born into the world to find no God, because you wouldn't have got here if you didn't already know God. I don't understand. You and motherfuckers say, and then they double talk because they say God put the spirits in all people before they sent down here. So how you gonna come down here and look for God when you just left God? How the fuck you come down here to find God and you already know God? You understand what I'm saying? So that's the shit that they trick you in, that you got to go looking for God. You already connected to the universe from day one. See, and see how this silly nigga, and if they don't put their hand on top of your head, which is the crown, they'll put it on your forehead, which is what? The brow. You got two, chakra, what they call the crown chakra, which is Hindu, but I say it so that you know what it is. You understand? And the brow chakra, you understand, which is connected to the pineal gland. So you see this motherfucking cracker say, heal this nigga, Lord. That's what he said out loud. But in his mind, he was like, kill this nigga, Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Kill him down in the depths of his mind. Because this motherfucker done palm this motherfucker forehead, and in his mind, he sees some pearly white motherfucking mansions in heaven, white Jesus, look like white, God look like Ronald Reagan and shit and all this shit. So they disconnect you from the universe, from your pineal and from your crown. And so this is subliminal, detachment. You know what I'm saying? So you understand that energy, and if they block you and teach you not even to know that this is a very powerful element that the universe has blessed in us as African people to send our energy out and receive energy from the universe as we practice in a system that enables us to grow in that and understand in that. You understand what I'm saying? We grow and master the abilities of our bodies and spirit until we become what they call the ascended ones, into where you are God on the planet, and where you what they call you ascend, and you can still be here, but you didn't ascend it because you ain't on the level of a mortal man. The shit you ain't on the level of a mortal woman. The shit that come out the average month, that shit go by you. You float. You ascended. You float over the everyday shit. So you become a deity in many instances. You see what I'm saying? And so you see again. Look at this wicked beast. He gonna take the young sister, and the first thing he do is put his hand over her pineal gland to block it. That's symbolic. He knows it because they got the sun all day. They stole right out of Egypt. They stole, and whether that's Babylon, Babylon is only one of the young children of the Nile Valley. So whether they say Babylon or whatever and shit, that ain't nothing but a young child or a young son or daughter of the Nile Valley. So there's nothing. So they understand very clearly, especially with all them obelisks and shit, that they know exactly what it is. You see what I'm saying? You put his finger right on that pineal gland to block it. Now, this is crazy and shit. This is what I'm saying about how they put information out, and I'm latching right on to it because I've been studying, the hair of ancient Egypt. And so when I was studying the Venuses of Europe, which is, the old little fertility dial that they didn't found not just over Europe, throughout Asia and Africa too. But, these particular ones that so similar in Europe, they done found them all over Europe. And so this is one that they found I think was in France. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I saw it, I said, well, damn, that looked like the hairstyle of the Egyptian women. If you look, it looked just like the hairstyle of. Now they say this statue right here is 25,000 years old, and it says it is one of the earliest known realistic representations of a human face. So when I'm looking at the hair, you can even look at the notches that be in there. And so when I put it next to the African sister Nefertari, you can see the notches in there. You understand what I'm saying? Same pattern. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to second guess shit. I don't have to make up nothing. You niggas can go out there and formulate some bullshit in your mind if you want. You understand what I'm saying? When you understand how long our people, so if this hairstyle in what we call wigs and what we call weaves, that shit over 30 some thousand years old in African, you know what I'm saying, culture. You understand? Everything we doing today is 30, 40, 50,000. We already been doing this. But in this time, we was in control of who of all our resources and in control of our culture. Now, even when you look at the face, what they call that prognathes jaw, that short, and you can look right in the Sphinx and you can see right up in there. You understand? That's African all day. Now, they always used to teach the prognathes jaw was Negroid and shit, and this, that, and the third. And this statue and this little Venus right here got a prognathes jaw. You understand what I'm saying? That's African. You see, now when we use it, now they put this garbage up here. That's all that is nothing but garbage. They had to come up with say, goddamn, we got to figure this out. You understand what I'm saying? Couldn't match that prognathes jaw. See, they always go in there, and if you watch them, they never put the motherfucker like it's supposed to be. That's with King Tut and Nefertari. and shit. They don't never put the motherfucker like it's supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying? So you know they formulating a lie right there. They formulating, and we can even see the pics and shit. You know, nigga got to have his pic. You understand what I'm saying? So they done found many pics, and so this and the tradition goes on. The tradition goes on. You understand? Even to today, you understand? You see that the pic is a traditional, you know, cosmetic tool of African people. And so we see our sister, Queen T, Goddess Queen T, melanated, you understand, Afro, same as it is today, and so, again, and this was something that I saw. I say, damn, soon as I saw this brother, you can see he got on a cap. You understand? Because you can see the line right there, just like you see the line over this brother. You understand what I'm saying? You can go get your little spandex dreadlock cap, and you can see all the hair down in the back. You see what I'm saying? This brother right here, either he had locks or he had hair like this brother, where it had to be, put up in a bag type of a cap. You see what I'm saying? You can see right here, you can see the line. You understand what I'm saying? You can see the hair in the back. And so this would have been type of cap for a brother that had dreadlocks. That's just facts, okay? And so President, this is Queen T. You can see the same type of weave or that they put in their hair is the same type that they was using in the ancient world. So you motherfuckers got to wake up. Now you see the braiding technique. You see what I'm saying? You can see the pin back there. You see the pin here. You understand what I'm saying? To keep them braids out of place. So the one you focusing on, is right there. And so you pull that back. Same traditions of today. You ain't gonna see no Peckerwood trying to braid their hair like this at all. I'm to stop playing with me. Okay, you see right here, this is that's let me see, what sister? That queen that is. I believe that's almost Nefertari's mother. And I think her name was Ewa. Or something along that, and so you can see that style where you take locks and you can put them into two, or it might not be more. It might be more than two. But this particular hairstyle where you got two different, bundles of hair going from left to right, and you see right here in this sister, which is symbolic of what? Segment. You see what I'm saying? And you see here the solar disc above Setmac hair, and you see here in the crown of this sister right here, you can see the sun disc. That these is a solar people. You see? Now we getting down here. This is what you call the princely lock. You see what I'm saying? And you can see the one lock that come to the side. You see the old white Jew today tried to steal it. You understand what I'm saying? They got their little lock to the side, stolen culture. You understand what I'm saying? This is the Himba tribe, and you can see that many of the traditions of the Egyptians come out the south. Now this is another. This is also. I believe this is the same type of hair, crown here. You see what I'm saying? You can see where they stole it and put it in the goddamn Star Wars. You see what I'm saying? Stole that shit right out of Africa. You wouldn't know that that's your sacred crown. And you can see she got that wrap on her head, and that's what make it long. You know what I'm saying? If you see them, like in the 18th dynasty, Akhenaten and his children got the elongated head. You understand that head elongated. So you see where the beast and went in there and stole, and it's just as easy as it is to show you where they just stole the African tradition. You should look at all the other traditions that just went down the line, and I done showed you already, and I'm gonna bring this to the end. You can see right here they just stole the rings that go around the neck, that elongate the neck. You understand what I'm saying? The Indian over here stole it too. And so this is the crown of Upper Egypt, the sacred crown of not only Osiris, but also Amen. You see what I'm saying? And so you see these traditions, and you see the first king of Egypt, Narmer, wearing this crown. This is a crown of the family that wore their head in hairstyle in this style. And you can see even here where this is an African tradition. I done went through just very briefly because I could we can go on and on and on and on, and we don't have enough time to really just drop it like that. We just want bust motherfuckers in the mouth real quick to let them know we know exactly what it is. Okay, we know exactly what it is. I'm glad I could share this with y'all today, family. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I could share this with y'all today. I see family came on out. You know what I'm saying? The crown. This is us. This is our divinity. We got to go back like Sankofa, go back and fetch. We got to go back and reclaim ourselves. And the conditions we in today is the fact that we still have not reclaimed our divinity. We have not taken our place in this universe. There is nothing we cannot vacate our divine responsibility. That's suicide. That's cosmic suicide. That's spitting in the eye, spitting in the eye of the creator. You understand? I'm not speaking to no individual. I'm speaking to creation. When I speak of creation. And within creation is laws. You understand what that govern creation? You see what I'm saying? So you must take your place, no different than the moon takes its place, no different than the sun takes its place. If the sun vacate its divine responsibility, it's an end to this what we know of as reality. If the moon vacate, is an end. If the ocean vacate. You understand what I'm saying? Everything has a pre-coded definition, and it's perfect. Everything is perfect. And then you got and just like there's the positive, there's the negative. And in order for, this earth and the universe to remain in harmony, and, you as the guardian must step up and make sure that the negative, chaotic energy never cross the threshold. You understand what I'm saying? Existence in society and civilization. Because if you do, then this is what you get. You get the demons running the planet. You see the peoples is sickly, they're hungry, and we still in threat of being annihilated. So family, I went a little longer than what I wanted to go. Because I got to get right on over there to the general. You understand what I'm saying? Because thank you, family, for all your support. I'm going to get right on over there to the general Seti YouTube page. I'm dealing with the Black Madonnas over there today. You understand the origin of the Black Madonnas in white Christian Europe. You know what I'm saying? We want to deal with the historical origins of the Black Madonnas in white Christian Europe. And then they sit up here and tell you that black is evil. You look up in the dictionary, black is evil, black is death, black is all this negative shit. And then the most holy icons of all European Christianity of Europe is the Black Madonna. It look like somebody lying like a motherfucker. We're going to figure out what it is. Okay, family, thank you for being here today. This is Sarah Suten Seti's YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe, hit notifications so you know when this shit is popping. Seti Live is lit. Don't you ever forget about it. And if you see that that thumb down there, like it because you love it. Okay, like it because you love it. I'll be black real soon. Get on over there to this General Seti YouTube page because it's about to go down. Black Pop.